Alexa, can you play my favorites? Let me share this out real quick. Let me share this out real quick. What the dick? Hey Alexa, can you play my favorites now? To rise. I hope my internet's okay. It was saying my internet was kind of fucked up, so hopefully we get a good stream. What up, Nunu? I don't know if I should turn this light on. Kind of seems dark, but then I have to take my glasses off. Let's see if I can. Hold on. How's everybody doing? We're gonna do the Wednesday Alchemical live stream here in just a moment. We're gonna bring in the new year. This will be the first Alchemical Wednesday of the new year. Welcome in, Valencia, Diamante. I like that name. I've never heard that name before. Is that actually your name? Jocelyn, what up? I hope my internet is okay. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay. I might have to like restart my phone or maybe try my other phone. It kept saying poor internet connection. So let me know, you guys, if you can hear me. I'm just gonna give it a moment before we begin. What's up, TJ? Javi. So we're gonna talk about so first of all, this year, I'm just gonna pin this. So it's not showing me like who's in here on the top. So I'm hoping my internet, I'm gonna wait for somebody to tell me that they can hear me. So when you get in, let me know if you can hear me okay, or if I'm glitching out or what before I begin. What's up, Krista? Let me know. Yeah, see, what the hell? It's saying people are coming in, and then it's saying 0 at the same time. So, fuck, is it my internet? I might have to restart it. Damn it. Can you hear me? Well, okay, now I see hearts. So I'm so confused. Let me know if I'm glitching out, will you? I don't want to end it for nothing. Ooh, I got my meditative ocean waves. I'm not sponsored by Bath and Body Works, but maybe they should consider it. I love this stuff. Actually, I don't even think they sell this one anymore. I haven't seen it. I can't see any comments, so that kind of worries me. I do see the share though now. Thank you for sharing the video out. I don't even see a space to put comments. What's up with that? I'm so confused right now. I'm sorry, y'all. Let's see. Wait, comment. Hey. Okay, so I can see comments. I'm tripping. I'm just gonna give it a moment. I don't know until somebody can comment for me. Let me know. Oh my God, what was that? Like losing my voice. What's up, FF? You guys, when you get in, let me know where you're connecting from. Let me know if you can hear me, because I don't understand why nobody's commented. What's up, Andres? Homero? Forever Curls, Munchie. I love reading the names. Sometimes you guys are JC. What's up? Keanu King, 82. Tony, Gracie, Shani. Okay. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay, or if I'm glitching out, please. Hoping my internet is working now. We're gonna start the Alchemical Wednesday live stream. What's up, Amber? What's up, Jez? Hey, Aria. Z8. Tap the screen when you get in here. Let's raise the energy. We're gonna do the Alchemical Wednesday. We're gonna talk about, okay, so for this year, first of all, the first thing I want to talk about is what this year is going to look like moving forward for the Alchemical Wednesday live streams. So those that have been following, and I invite you to subscribe as well. I do have 2 sets of subscribers, so it's the free set, and then it's also the $5.99, the Star Fam. And as a Star Fam member, when you see me going live and I'm doing free readings, which I try to do at least a few times a week, and then I give you a mini read versus a 1-card read like I would be doing for everyone else. It's also just a really fun way to support creators that you love, that you appreciate. It's a fun way to contribute to the equal energy exchange, and to, support creators you love. I don't know if I said that yet. What's up, Joy? Forever Step In, Tish. So this year, moving forward, I'm going to open the Alchemical live stream up for the medicine wheel, or it's also referred to as the wheel of the year, the Celtic. So I'll be really exploring these concepts. I've been shown the medicine wheel many times since my spiritual awakening. Those that follow you, I know I told this story before, but it just really impacted my life. I think it was 2019. I was, from 2017, really, I was seeing, and I still, to this day, seeing things in the sky, unusual things, cloud formations around my head that, like, just, it felt so pure and so authentically from, like, source creator. Just really beautiful happenings. For those of you familiar, like, with the Bible, now I'm not religious. I'm on here reading tarot, so I consider myself more like of a Gnostic, or spiritual, right? A mystic, a truth seeker. I love to learn all of the different concepts. But anyway, and the only way I can describe it is, like, literally, like, God creator energy, which shows me, and I think shows all of us, but for me, it was in the clouds this day, the first time the wheel of the year came into my consciousness, or began to come into my consciousness, because I'm just now integrating all of this information that I've been shown, honestly. Like, so I saw Ezekiel's wheel, which, if you know the Bible, Ezekiel's wheel talks about these 4 animals that were formed in front of his eyes. And if you want to learn more about that, I do have, the last time I went into it a little more in depth on my YouTube channel. If you click my name and then you click the Instagram logo, my YouTube pops up. It's on one of the other Alchemical live streams. But so that was the first time I literally saw what was described in Ezekiel as Ezekiel's wheel. The second time I was shown the medicine wheel was I was also in the sky. And mind you, I've been meditating heavy since 2017. Like, I fell in love with meditation, and it's just really beautiful. Highly recommend meditation if you're not you definitely should. Anyway, the second time I was guided to the medicine wheel, or the wheel of the year, was in the stars. I had been like noticing the stars looked kind of crazy to me, like they were like moving, and it seemed like I could have been tripping, but it just seemed like I was able to connect with them telepathically. Um, I don't know how else to explain that without sounding like completely batshit, but um, I would zoom in on the stars, and if you've ever zoomed in on a star, you know it gets big, and what I had been shown, and I don't see this anymore, was different shapes, and it almost looked like plasma. And when I zoomed in enough, and I haven't done it in a while, so maybe I should. But anyway, I think it was 2019. The first experience was like 2018 or 17. And the stars were changing, like different days, they'd be different shapes. So the one that really stood out to me was the cross, and it has the cross with the circle around it. So it's literally like pointing to the wheel of the year, right? The four directions, the four fixed stars. And so now here we are, and I've just been guided to really dive deeper into the wheel of the year medicine, medicine wheel. And so what I'm going to share with you today, or this year, is some of what I'm going to be sharing with you is by this book, The Great Work, by it's Self-Knowledge and Healing Through the Wheel of the Year. I'll also be getting some other resources. I'm waiting for them to come in, because like I said, this is like all, it's crazy how it's all kind of like played out up till now. So I'm just really excited to share this with you guys. Make sure you're following me. Definitely make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Let's get it. All right, so this book is it's kind of cool, and if you've been following me, I have played with this book in the past. Hey, Jasmine. So it's cool how it's laid out in different little passages. So it's literally, what I'm going to read is just like 3 pages, but it's really interesting, 4 pages. But it's laid out by dates. So the dates that we'll be going over today will be from January 5th through January 10th. So the wheel of the year, the best way to describe it is there's different energies that take place different times of the year. And when we get in harmony with the wheel of the year, the medicine wheel, we live in tune with the cycles of nature. We live in harmony. We live in a state of flow. Hi, Sterling. Welcome in. So we're talking about the wheel of the year, and how in working with its cycles, we're able to really like open up our gifts. We're able to think more clearly. We're able to understand life and the many treasures that it has for us to offer, or to to dive into, to learn about, right? We're here to learn, and I just find that when we flow with the cycles, with these themes, things goes a lot smoother. So let's get into it. So this week's reflection is the psychological reflection on family of origin and developmental reflection on birth to 3 years of age. So especially if you have young children, this might be important, but it also reflects on, just what takes place from birth to 3. Alexa, pause. So it says family of origin, also like speaks to, I feel like ancestors and just like stages, right? So none of us are born, it's called family of origin. None of us are born in isolation. We come into this world dependent on others. This is absolutely necessary in order for us to survive the tender early years of our lives. and is true across the animal kingdom, although structure differs across species. The young of us are all vulnerable and in need of others for their entire survival. As humans, what that looks like also differs widely from individual to individual, right? Some are born into large families, others have familial foundation shattered at early age. So we all have different experiences, right? Hey, Flower. Welcome in, JC, Chelsea, China, sorry. Family of origin is a term described to describe the system or environment in which we experience our influential developmental years, right? So this is when we're really being programmed from the time we're born. And in hypnotherapy, I learned that it was really from the time we're born up until about 8 years of age is it's all of our subconscious is being programmed, right? We're literally, everything that we take in or experience, we take to be truth. And so, family of origin is described the system or environment in which we experienced our influential developmental ways. It's a system that provides a framework that much of our adulthood is based on, either in repetition or in reaction, right? So having an understanding of what constitutes a healthy supportive system is integral to creating a family foundation in adulthood, either for one's own self or for your family of choice, right? So basically, they're speaking to like how important it is that we're giving our babies healthy, stable homes from jump, right? Knowing what a healthy family looks like allows one to comprehend what may have been an RE childhood, acknowledge and release any pain from those early years, and reclaim birthright of support, safety, and acceptance that how a healthy family system provides. And what sucks is because like we're just raised with what our parents knew, so it's like we have to really like look at things from a healthy family system, right, where each individual within the system is accepted and also appreciated for what they bring, for their own contribution, right? Says there's an inherent underlying message of respect. It's understood that each individual has their own particular perspective. Mom may disagree with dad, but still appreciate that dad's perspective is valid to him. Yet, even with the context of that understanding, there's a dedication and commitment to the family as a whole. Mom and dad may disagree on perspectives and still be able to coordinate agreement on approach through communication and collaboration. Each member of the family is precious, but that does not mean chaos reigns. The parents act as the captains of the ship, so to speak, and everyone on that ship is important and necessary in order for movement to occur. In a healthy family system, there are rules and guidelines. There needs to be a structure that's recognized by each member for each to feel secure. These are clear guidelines. They can be open to discussion, they can be open to change, and most certainly each member of the family has the right to express feelings. But each member of the family understands that even if only on an unconscious level, what the rules of engagement within the family are. So in a healthy family structure, they're saying you understand what the rules are. And I was literally just talking about this in the readings this week, where and to my friend Josh, where you have to have a healthy foundation. You have to have rules established. You have to know what to expect from one of each other. You know what I mean? Like, and I feel like that's especially important also in dating today. You need to literally be able to have the rule, you need to know what to expect of each other. You need to have, boundaries set. As the family shifts and grows, so do the guidelines. Nothing can remain static. Ooh, I love that. To do so results in stagnation and decay. Homes change, jobs change, children grow up. Different times call for different needs. So they're saying reevaluate the rules, right? Reevaluate the boundaries. Make sure everyone knows what they are, and then make sure that you can change them and adjust them and have clear, concise, open communication for each other, for the children. A healthy family is able to be flexible and adapts to life's changes as required. Unhealthy family systems operate from a place, and let me know what you guys think. If you guys have any ideas or thoughts that come through, I'd love to hear. It's open discussion, you guys. Unhealthy family systems operate from a place of fear and control, as opposed to respect and encouragement. Parents who have not looked at their own deeply held feelings of inadequacy cannot help but foster an environment that reverberates a message of shame. So if you haven't healed your shit, you're passing that shit down to your children. Because if you feel inadequate, you're stepping in from a place of shame. And where do you think they're going to be? The more profound or unconscious the shame, the more unhealthy for the family system, often manifesting in issues of substance abuse and other forms of addiction. As with any form of imbalance, an unhealthy family system can be present in either of two polarized extremes. The controlling system operates from fixed, rigid rules that are set in stone. There is little or no acknowledgement of differing needs for differing members in the family. There is no certainty and no forum for expression or discussion. There's usually one absolute authority who wields power in the family through installing shame and fear. The chaotic system presents unclear or inconsistent rules. The winds can change depending on a parent's mood, or more devastatingly, the engaging of an addiction. Dad is withdrawn and absent when sober, but raging and authoritarian when he's drunk. This establishes a rat nest of mixed messages, resulting in a need for family members to be hypervigilant about exactly how the wind's blowing. This can lead to role reversal, where a child unconsciously steps into the parental behavior because the parent is incapable when caught up in the addiction. In unhealthy families, there's a denial that anything is wrong. With a lack of communication and little or no support for individuals' feelings, it sometimes becomes necessary to ignore the bizarre and develop defenses and coping mechanisms to try to protect oneself. I know all about that. When they in active addiction, you're denying that anything is wrong. You're self-sabotaging because you're not being honest with yourself. You're literally like, what do you call it? You're bargaining with yourself. Every person has needs, but the unhealthy family system does not have a foundation to recognize and meet family members' needs. So there's no foundation to even recognize each other's needs or what everybody else is feeling. And I feel like this is important to learn, especially also if you have had addiction issues, or maybe your parents had addiction issues. I know this helped me a lot because my mom drank a lot. She drank a lot. Like, she drank herself to death. So yeah, hopefully this is helpful. All right. So there's a denial that anything's wrong. I already said that. Every person has needs, but the unhealthy family system doesn't have the foundation. As such, unconscious roles are assumed in an attempt to meet those needs. Studies by Alfred Adler show that children develop certain roles depending on where they fall in order of birth. Yes, and I've learned a little bit about this too. I'm sure you guys that are mothers probably have heard a little bit about the order of birth. This is highlighted in unhealthy families. The more unhealthy the system is, the more marked the role will be. The firstborn or the hero child. This can manifest in roles known as the perfectionist, the pillar of strength, the overachiever. So your firstborn is the hero child, right? They compensate for an inner feeling of inadequacy by being the good one, always striving for positive attention. There may be many benefits to seeking perfection. The positive accolades can temporarily alleviate the feelings of inadequacy. However, the costs are high indeed. The sense of being accepted or acceptable is based solely on an external presentation and performance. And regardless of what levels of achievement have been attained, the underlying message of shame and inadequacy cuts down that joy, any joy that may be experienced from perceived success. The second-born, or the scapegoat. This role can also be known as the black sheep or the rebel. Hold on, I need some lip gloss and some water. Are you guys enjoying this? I think this is really, really important for us to learn. I feel like it can be really helpful, you know, in understanding our children. Thank you for the follow. In understanding our children, in understanding our families, in understanding like how we grew up, you know. The second born or the scapegoat. Oh my god. This role is also known as the black sheep or the rebel. The scapegoat child accepts the badge of the bad one, unconsciously believing that negative attention is preferable to zero attention. So your second born could start getting a little, you know, rebellious if they're not feeling, you know, loved, and if they're feeling this shame and this unhealthy family shit. This sadly conforms the erroneous inner message of not being good enough. Oh, the bad one unconsciously believes that negative attention is preferable to zero attention. So make sure you're giving their second born enough attention. Both of them. I feel like, you know, you should be spending, and I wish I had known this, like when my oldest now is 20. She's going to be 21. I wish I had learned this when my children were so much younger. But my youngest, my second born is, thank you, Sterling. He's 11 right now. And luckily they were kind of like far enough apart where it turned out where Angel moved out, and then Armani became the first one. You know what I mean? Like, he was the only one at home, so I feel like the dynamic switched a little bit. Anyway, coming back. Where was I? The scapegoat is often identified as the problem in the family, when in fact, the scapegoat is expressing the problems that are inherent within the family system itself. It's often the second born who's voicing the truth that, written by Shakespeare, I can't talk my words, Shakespeare, there's something rotten in the state of Denmark. I guess Shakespeare wrote that. There's something rotten in the state of Denmark. In adulthood, the scapegoat may be trying to escape inner pain and turmoil by engaging in compulsive or addictive behaviors. Let me know in the comments, do you guys think that you grew up in a healthy or unhealthy? Let's do a poll, actually. I love doing these little polls. Let's see, quick poll. So happy face if you had a healthy dynamic growing up. Sad face if you had an unhealthy childhood, unhealthy family. So happy face or crying face. Lexi did the sad face, so that's 2 over there. What do we got? 5 people in here. Come on, everybody, vote quick. Another unhealthy, yeah, same. Definitely. I would probably guess that everybody that's in here probably had an unhealthy to some extent. Obviously, everybody's different, and we all have different experiences, but I feel like our generation was kind of fucked. Like, but our parents were only going off what they knew. So, the third born or the lost child. So the third born says, with little expectation for attention, so they don't expect attention. The lost child, also known as the invisible one, is often met with relief by the parents in an unhealthy family system. The hero child pulls the positive attention, the scapegoat pulls the negative attention, and so the third child feels like an outcast. So then the lost child will withdraw, isolate, creating an illusion of independence that masks the pain of not being seen or being heard. The benefit of, let me know in the comments, which child were you? Were you the first, second, third, seventh? So I was so my dynamic was all screwed up. My mom had 2 kids before me, but then, like I said, my mom drank, so she left those kids with their dad when they were like 7, went off to the army, had me with an affair with some guy in the army that was married. And then I was technically the first because I was the only one she raised. And then she had another one after me, my little sister Jillian, who she gave up to adoption to my cousin. So I still was the only one. I wanted my sister so bad. The fourth, the third, okay. I don't know if they talk. Oh yeah, they do talk about the fourth. Okay. So we got some lost children in here. We haven't talked about the fourth one yet. I guess nobody else wants to play. All right. Let's see. Where was I? The hero child pulls the positive. Oh yeah, I did that. The scapegoat pulls the negative. The lost child feels like an outcast. The benefit of being the lost child is self-reliance, but it comes with the cost of never feeling like part of the community. So the lost child's more independent, but they don't really feel like they got enough attention, like they got any attention, because the other 2 got all the attention. There's a loneliness within the lost child that carries into an adult belief that no one really belongs anywhere. Do you have that belief? I'm curious, Lexi. Do you have that belief? Do you think that you don't really belong anywhere? I'm curious. This is the lack of connection with others that needs to be healed. So the lack of connection with others, Lexi, write it down. That's what you need to heal. The last born, so I'm technically the third born, but I think it all switches for me because my older brother and sister didn't live with me. So I think I was the first, which makes sense because the first is like the one that's always trying to gain approval through positive reward. Like my whole childhood, up until I was like a freshman, your brother fits that description. Okay, cool. Thanks for telling me. So I forgot what I was just saying, but it's fine. I was just talking about me. All right, the last born or the mascot. This role can also be known as the clown or the underachiever. Oh, I know what I was gonna say. Yeah, I was like always I was really good in like, I was real quiet. Like I was a real, you wouldn't know it today, but I'm super, like by nature, I'm a 4-time Cancer, so I'm super introverted. But I've learned how, for the sake of like my passion and my purpose, how to like break out of a lot of my old patterns and programs, luckily. All right, coming back, sorry. The last born or the mascot. This role is also known as the clown or the underachiever. This child tries to diffuse the underlying family tension through levity, like making things light, I think that's, and humor. The mascot tends to be the perennial baby, fostering an attitude of dependence that inhibits taking self-responsibility. So they don't really take responsibility. They're the opposite of the thirdborn, because the thirdborn's self-reliant, independent. The fourth tends to like not really it relies probably on the parents, or it says there's another role. This is another role that tends to be received with relief by the parents in the unhealthy family system, although it can be met with frustration by other children in the family, right? So it's the baby, right? It's usually the fourth kid's probably the baby. So they're, the parents baby them, nurture them. They tried. What it is I think the parents have learned from the other children, and now they're trying to be better parents for the younger ones. Well, depending, obviously, you can't really say everyone, but this is another role that tends to be, okay, so outwardly, the mascot brings a sense of fun and playfulness, but the outer smile hides the inner pain. In adulthood, the mascot often attracts a hero child partner. The hero child was the first one. So it says the mascot attracts somebody that's the firstborn. So who was are you still in here? Okay, positivities and peace. Let me know if you're still in here. I'm curious if you have a partner, and if so, if they're the firstborn. Because it says the mascot attracts a hero child partner, compensating their own under responsibility with their partner's over responsibility. It's of great benefit to think back to the environment that one was raised in order to gain a sense of what the overriding energies that were laid down in the foundation for the adult life one has created. You married a second child. Okay. Yeah, obviously it's not going to be always, but it depends, right? Like, this isn't set in stone. This child system, there's different systems other than this one, by the way. Also, if you're interested in this type of thing, you can look into unhealthy systems for children. And like it's saying, like, it's really good to learn about this stuff for your own sake. He was a big narcissist and very attentive at first. So he was the second child. The second child, they say, is the one that acts out. And so it makes sense that they would sometimes turn to narcissists. The truth is, all families are unhealthy to a greater or lesser degree. Yeah, true. The epidemic of shame that permeates our culture simply does not allow for the climate of truly healthy family environments. That being said, there's a wide range of scenarios that one might have experienced. Knowing the dynamics that existed in your own family of origin and what may have contributed to those dynamics is a huge step forward in being able to have the choice to create healthier dynamics in your own family of choice. Beautiful. I love this teaching today. I mean, it's just a reflection, but what do you guys think? Do you think that learning stuff like this could help create a healthier family dynamic? I do. Let's see. I think, there's just one short little passage here. There's a lot of growth going on in the first few years of age. So now we're talking about birth to 3 years of age. That's what I thought we were talking about at first, but so much so that there are literally 3 stages encompassed in the first 3 years. The infant stage refers to the first 9 months ex utero, the first 9 months. This is a highly dependent stage. Upon the birth of my son, I was told by my midwife, 9 months in the womb, 9 months on the womb, meaning that the child needs in these months are all encompassing as when the child was completely supported and nourished by mom's physical body. In utero, the child's every need was met. For the first several months ex utero, the need is no different. What becomes an understandable challenge is the parent's ability to meet every need. Given that we're human beings with limited resources, at times more limited than others, we are guaranteed to fail sometimes, and this is okay. We get tired, or we have other things that pull our attention, or trying to juggle several different things at once. Being 100% successful is not the important thing. Understanding the significance of trust building is. At this stage, the child is welcomed into his or her family tribe, your family of origin. The most significant message that needs to be experienced is that his or her needs will be met. It is impossible for that child to meet his or her own needs. It's at this stage that we develop trust, knowing that our needs will be met, knowing that we are safe, that we are loved, and we are accepted. So that's interesting. That first 9 months is when we develop our trust. So I feel like that's kind of saying, like, it would make sense that if we had a good first 9 months, chances are we'll be more trusting or not trusting, right? These months are new little beings' first moments on this earth. Coming from a place of spirit requires adjustment. Imagine taking the expansiveness of all that is and squeezing it into a teeny, fragile form. It takes some getting used to. Mirroring helps an infant learn how to act and respond in this new realm. New information will be filtered through observation, how others respond, particularly mom. Enmeshment, the fusing of one's personality into the experience of another personality, I am you, at this stage is absolutely okay and in fact necessary. So how they mirror you, right? They'll pretend to be you, or they'll do things that you do. It is how the infant is learning to acclimate. No need to worry that you're creating a dependent child. Time for differentiation will come. And then there's the toddler stage, which lasts from 9 months to 3 years. And involves 2 distinct elements, opposition and exploration. This is the first great movement in a very long process of growth towards anatomy. What is the momentous event that propels this movement is literally mobility. Once a child learns to navigate this world on his or her own, a whole new ball game starts. It's a ball game that will be played out in many different forms over the next years and decades. Once a child becomes mobile, they're introduced to the massively impactful element of option and choice. I can go here, I can go there, right? Very early on our time on this earth, we begin to carve out a unique personality and present a determined sense of self. This becomes quickly evident with the appearance of the infamous no. Frustrating as it can be for parents when a child says no, what's actually being said is, I get how you want me to see the world, but I actually experience it very differently from you, and so I reject your perspective. I love that. Fair enough, and in truth, this is a message to be celebrated. However, it's not a message towards which one should bow when encountered at this tender age. A 2-year-old has not yet experienced enough of the world to know if his or her perspective is one that's safe and life-enhancing, or one that will cause no end of troubles. Therefore, it's the adult's job to establish some boundaries and ensure that there's safety around new experiences. A toddler will exercise his or her own willpower. This is an important element of their development. If a parent's able to recognize that acting from a place of will is the first tentative foray into self-knowledge and not see it as a power struggle, it'll be far easier to establish and adapt boundaries in a loving but firm manner. We need to express our feelings and desires. We need to be encouraged to explore, but we also need to be informed as to what's appropriate and what's safe. And unfortunately, we see this all the time with I observe it often with parents of young children, and they're trying to do something or get into something that might be, totally not even damaging, but it's like, no, don't do that. And I'm guilty. I was guilty of that when as a with my daughter, for sure. Being a little overbearing, not letting them explore. By the age of 3, wait, no. As adults, we experienced and how we were supported and guided in these early years has a huge impact on our inner relationship and our approach to life. So these years that we're talking about, from 9 months to 3, has an impact on our own inner relationship with ourselves and how we're going to approach the life. Are we going to be afraid to explore new things, or no? Did our parents let us explore, or no? Adults who as children experienced a disruption and or trauma in these early years may find themselves unable to trust themselves and the choices that they make and or other people, not realizing that they've internalized a message of mistrust from early experiences of neglecting needs. Mistrustful adults see proof of their perspective in the environment around them. Fear of abandonment is a big one. And its cagey counterpart, the fear of engulfment, stem from this time. For some adults, the prospect of a relationship ending can elicit panic memories or emotions more akin to threat to survival. Let me read that again. For some adults, the prospect of a relationship ending can elicit panic emotions, like they're about to die, like they're not going to be able to survive, and this is probably why. This harkens to the experience of neglected needs in infancy and toddlerhood, a time it truly did feel as though being abandoned was the end of the world. If anyone has ever encountered a hysteria of a lost toddler, you know this internal perception is the case. Not knowing where mom is leads to complete terror. On a deep core instinctive level, we fear our very survival. By the age of 3, children who are nurtured in a stable, healthy environment will have developed a positive sense of self as separate from mom. They will have started to exhibit a unique personality traits, and will have established a curious approach to the world with a willingness to explore without fear, but with balance and care. From this age, from an ideal perspective, the firm foundation of trust and an autonomy, I can never say the word, anatomy, will have been created. And then there's some little journal entries if you guys want to write them down and go deeper into this for yourself. This is what's called, she calls it a personal psychological developmental reflection. So they're just little journal entries. And then we'll do a little bit of candle magic. We'll light a candle for the new year, and we'll do some readings. Or maybe we'll do some pendulum. We'll see. Hey, Avinash. I probably just slaughtered that. Avinash. Oh my gosh. Stop. January 4th. I'm drooling on myself. What the hell? What's up, Grace? Thank you guys for tapping the screen, for sharing the video out, all the things. I appreciate you guys. How trusting do you feel yourself to be is the first journal entry. How trusting do you feel yourself to be? I feel I'm pretty trusting, which is surprising because I've been screwed over a lot. But I feel like not so much these days because I have better boundaries. I have, and I'm single, so by choice. What do you guys think? How trusting do you feel you are? How trusting do you feel yourself to be? The second question is, how comfortable are you in taking risks? 85, Lexi said. Okay, so we're doing a scale of 1 to 100. I like it. How comfortable are you in taking risks? I would say I'm probably not as, I mean, I guess it depends what it is. But throughout my life, I would say probably not very comfortable taking risks. And this actually makes a lot of sense to me because I'm sure my toddler was freaking jacked up. Like my mom literally like had me living in bars and shit. So it makes a lot of sense. I try to take risks though. I mean, I guess I don't know really what that means. What kind of risks are we talking about? How comfortable are you in taking risks? Oh wait, that was the same one. What role might you have played in your family of origin? It's something to, and maybe just write these down if you feel guided and answer them later. How encouraged were you to explore new things in childhood? How encouraged were you to explore new things in childhood? Or feel free to answer them in the comments if you'd like. How comfortable are you with saying no? I know that's a big one for some. How comfortable are you with saying no? In what ways do you experience yourself as perfect? Oh, this actually came up for me this past week when I heard the message when I was in meditation. Something about like God creating perfection or trying to create perfection or change, transformation. And then the last one is who or what constitutes your tribe? And tribe has been a big theme I've noticed, especially since the full moon Cancer, where I was getting downloads about like ancestral healing. It was like a portal for ancestral healing. The Cancer's ruled by the breasts, and you think of the breast is where we feed our children, where we put down our roots. So that was fun. I enjoyed that. Let me know if you guys liked today's reflection. And then we're just going to light a candle quick and I'll do a collective. Let's see, how long have I been on here? Oh, shit. You know what? I think I'm going to end it. Yeah, I'm going to end it and then I'll come back on and we'll do this. Just because otherwise, you liked it, Lexi. Good. Thank you for letting me know. I do. I really enjoy playing with the medicine wheel. And I keep learning more and more. Spirit just all intuitive. You know, you can just ask to work with the medicine wheel yourself, or to be shown. And again, it's just moving in flow with the cycles, with the tides of the energies that we're existing in with nature. So thank you guys for hanging out. If I don't see you in the next live stream, it was a pleasure. Do make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's if you click my name and then you click the little Instagram logo, my YouTube channel will pop up. All right, I'll see you shortly, hopefully. Love you guys.